morning, sweet friends. I just got back from the market, y'all, and they had these gorgeous squash. Look at this. They're the little yellow gooseneck or straight neck squash, and I have cut them up. And look at this. I've only put in this, a half a cup of water. You don't really have to put any, but I put some in it, just a little bit, because there's so much water in squash, and we're making stewed squash. So I put salt and pepper, and now what you do, and you cook them with the top on it for a while, and then you take the top off so it can cook all the water out, and the sugar content of the squash comes out in there, and it's good. And so you put one onion on top. And this is called stewed squash. William is here, and Dallas is here. So last night we were sitting on the couch, and I said, William, I'm going to the market tomorrow. Well, actually, Dallas said it. Said Big Mama's going to the market tomorrow because he heard me say it. So he told William, and he said, what do you want? He said, I want stewed squash, Big Mama. So, honey, we went this morning. We got there at a little before 9, and we sat in the truck and waited on them to open. We got some fresh tomatoes and squash, and look at these butter beans. Get that off the hand. Right here. Get you down like that. Here's our butter beans. Fresh little green butter beans we're having today. And I've got a piece of ham in there with them, cooking them. Look how pretty they look. Look at that. We're going to have butter beans and stewed squash and some leftover ham that I cooked the other day. And I don't know what else. Cornbread, of course. And I'm going to do some sliced tomatoes. Let me show you those. Look. I'm going to do some sliced tomatoes, and then Trenton's mother made pickles and sent me a jar of them, and so we're going to have pickles. I'm so excited. And cut these kind of thin, but it doesn't matter how you cut them because they're going to all stew down on top of that squash and give it the best flavor. And you want to cook them on down to there's no water in it. You want to go ahead and salt and pepper them. I think I'll leave the top off of it for a while because it's already, don't put hardly any water in it at all, y'all, because I'm telling you, you'll have to cook it all out. I'm going to let my top be off of it for a few minutes. You tell him wash your clothes. Y'all can hear my washer going out there. And I've been up a pretty good little while this morning. Got my sprinkler going out there on some grass that's trying to die. We need rain so bad in South Alabama, y'all. We need it so bad. I want to thank y'all for commenting and sharing. I know a lot of y'all have a garden, and you don't have to buy your squash. Next year, I hope to put me a raised bed or two in, just so I can have, if I could have probably 4 hills. They call them a hill of squash because you put 3 seeds in a hill. That's what you do. And if I could have me about 4 of those, I think it would be plenty for me. And I love squash. I love them. I hope y'all in your recipe book that I did, the Squash Alabama, I don't know if y'all tried that yet, but the casserole, it is so good. You can cut these up any old way. It does not matter how you cut them up. And onions have juice in them too. So, anyway, we're going to cook these down. Cook our butter beans. Oops. Ooh, that's hot down in there. I got to get that onion out of there though. I'll get me some tongs and get it out. I'm enjoying my new stove. Some of y'all said, Brenda, when'd you get your stove? I didn't know you had it. Well, y'all, I've had it now for quite a few months. just y'all aren't seeing me. When you see me, you're supposed to comment. On the people that I follow, I comment, and then the computer lets me see them again without having to look them up. That's the secret to it. Anyway, we've got this going right now. Let me show you the pickles that she made. They came on, what day did they come? I'm trying to think. Last weekend, and I've already eaten that many. And nobody else has eaten them because there hadn't been anybody here. They are so good, though. They're real crunchy. She's got a lot of dill in there. Let's eat one. I don't know if y'all make pickles or not. I'm not a good pickle maker. Mine get soggy, and I don't know why they do, but I can't stand they soggy pickle. I want them good and crispy. They're so good. And she's got some hot peppers in there too. So I know she's got dill and onion and peppers, and I see some seeds on the bottom. So I don't know what that is, but she's got seeds in there of some sort. Last year she gave me some and gave me the recipe, and it's back there in my stash, and I don't know what I've done with it. So I do know it's important to use crispy cucumbers, though. I do know that. All right, let's let this cook a while, and then we'll come back and do the rest of the meal. We'll have a good lunch today. Oh, it's gonna be so good, y'all. Wish you were here to eat it with me. Love you. I'll be back in just a minute.
Hi. I'm eating lunch here today. Bye.
Oh, look who's here with me.
Hey.
Hey, get out here and look what y'all can see. Here's the difference in our sizes. Here's my grandson. Can y'all see the top of his head? and tell them what we're having for lunch. And
We're having ham, squash, butter beans, and sliced tomatoes.
Can they see your face in there?
I hope so.
You gotta get out low.
Yes, ma'am. I do.
All right, well, mash the button and turn it off till I get the cornbread. I'm fixing to make the most wonderful, fresh cucumber salad. All you do, y'all, I've washed my cucumbers. This is that little pickling cucumber. Make sure you get this instead of the regular cucumber that would go in a a salad. You don't want that kind. Matter of fact, I use these kind anytime I can find them. And all you do is cut up your cucumbers really thin in your bowl, and then we're going to add our dressing and everything else that goes in it. I made this the other day. Some of you might have seen that video when Carol and Pam and Andre were here with me. Well, it's so good because you can only really make this in the summertime. And I bought some really good, big, fresh onions to go in it. You're supposed to put onions. Come here, look at the onions. Here are the onions that I got. These are big Vidalia onions. And I got this one just to eat during the week. This one right here. So anyway, I'm going to cut all these cucumbers up. And then we will get our tomatoes and our other stuff and put our dressing on top. Okay, let's put in our next ingredient. This is going to be so good and refreshing. What I did is took a clean paper towel and kind of stirred my cucumbers around a little bit in case there were any water on it where I washed them, because you don't want any water in it. Pat them dry. I've washed 2 big old tomatoes to put in it. I don't know if I'll use both of them or not, because one of them is so big. I mean, it's huge. So I don't really know whether I'm going to use it or not. But we're going to cut up the big one first, and then if we need to, we'll cut up that little one. I like a lot of tomato in mine. This is something that's really better made the day before you're going to use it, and you keep it stirred so that the dressing can get all over it real good and marinate. But I'm serving it today because all my company's here, and I didn't have a chance otherwise. All right, so when you cut your tomato, you want to cut it in bite sizes. So cut it in half, cut that little doodad out of it. Y'all know what a doodad is. When you can't think of the word, like stem, for instance, you just call it a doodad. Everybody knows what you're talking about. All right, so here's how I do it. I'm going to cut it in slices like this, fat slices. Then I'm going to cut it like that. And then I'm going to turn it around and cut the other way, and it'll be in pieces. So I'm going to do 3 cuts. So here's how it looks. See, they're bite sizes. And just throw it in. I think I will need 2 tomatoes because that's a lot. Anyway, just cut it in slices, then cut it in half, and then cut your pieces. And you don't want it too little. I probably need to put that. Let me put this back in there. That tomato's mighty juicy. We'll let it do. I'm gonna cup another one because they're gonna leave Sunday, and so I know this won't be gone because it's a huge salad. Next, we're gonna put in our onion. Have y'all made this before? You people that have cucumbers in your garden, I'm telling you. Uh-oh. I'm telling you, you need to make this for sure. For sure. All right, that's our tomatoes. Now I've got a big yellow onion we're gonna put in it. That's it's a Vidalia. I had it sitting out, but I'll just get another one. I bought a whole bag of them today. Y'all know I like to at least eat an onion a day. After everybody gets gone, I may fix me an onion sandwich. Everybody doesn't like onion sandwiches like I do, so I don't want to serve it to company. All right, so here's our onions. You do want it kind of thin, where the others are more bite-sized. You want this a little bit thinner, so cut it more like ribbons, little skinny ribbons, okay? And I'll show you what we do. We don't cut it in squares at all. Let me take that off of there. That seems a little tough looking to me. Maybe not. And then when you get it cut skinny in ribbons, just cut it one time in the middle, and that's going to give you these shapes, which is a good shape to put in there. Crumble them up like that and throw them in. Yeah, I'm glad I put that paper towel in there. Look at the wet that came off of the tomatoes. Probably need to put another one. Let me do that. We'll let the tomatoes just sit on this paper towel in there. If y'all never made this, you're not going to believe how good it is. It really is delicious. Okay, cut skinnies. And then cut the skinnies in half and you'll be good. Y'all need to watch out for wasp nests. They are beginning to really be everywhere. Under your outside tables and under your gliders and under lawn chairs. They build those up there and then you sit down and it gets all over you. All right, now we're ready for our other thing. Yep, look at that. Okay. Here's our cucumber salad, our cucumber marinade. Look how pretty that is. All right, here's where it is in case y'all got the cookbook. If you have my first cookbook, it's on page, let me look, 38, and it's under bean salad. You see the bean salad? Well, you can make a bean salad, and I make it a lot in the winter time because all this isn't available. But in the summertime, I use the same recipe for your topping as you do in your bean salad. The only thing I'm going to do differently today, since I'm trying to not use sugar, I'm going to use the vinegar and oil and black pepper and salt and a little bit of mustard. And that's going to be where we won't have it. All right, here is we're going to use a half a cup of white vinegar, not apple cider, just white vinegar. And you use a fourth of a cup of any kind of vegetable oil you want to use. I'm using peanut oil. Now, I guess you could use olive oil, but let me tell you what it does in the refrigerator. It kind of gets a white look on it. So you really don't want to do that. You don't want to use that. But anyway, just stir it up real good. And when you put it in your container, add salt and pepper to taste, which I hadn't done yet. When you put it in the refrigerator, every now and then, every so often, if it's in a sealable thing, just turn it upside down and shake it a little bit and put it back in there. That's so that you make sure that goodie is all over everything. Look how pretty that looks. And it makes a huge amount. I put 12 of those little cucumbers in there. 1 onion and 2 tomatoes. Because the little cucumbers were 3 for $1. And we bought 12 of them. And that will feed a crowd, okay? And so you want to put a little salt and pepper in it. And a while ago, I went out there and found my pepper in the pantry, and I walked from the pantry back into the kitchen and lost it. Can you believe that? Has that ever happened to you? You go get something and then you can't find where you put it. I'll find it. It's in this house because I hadn't been out. I'm going to put a little pepper. And I'm going to find my salt and put it on there. And put a little bitty squeeze of Dijon mustard or something like that in it, just to give it a little extra flavor. And that's it. Hey, how easy can you get, huh? So it's really good and you'll enjoy it. These pickling cucumbers are crunchier than the salad cucumbers, and that's why I buy them. They are smaller around. See how little they are? I got to find my salt. I need the salt on here. Y'all have a wonderful day. And thank y'all so much for writing all your stories in where I posted about George's grandmother and granddaddy. She was sitting there holding this cake. I looked at that cake and I think it looked like it was coconut, didn't it? I thought it was coconut. Anyway, make this salad before the summer ends, darling. Love y'all. Have a great day, and may God bless each and every one of you. Look forward to tomorrow. Look forward to the next minute. Hug whoever you're with. Love y'all. Bye-bye. Right, Hannah's taking up our meat to go with our butter beans and squash, and it's hamburger steak. I used hamburger, and I used 1 package of mushroom mix and 1 package of onion soup mix in it.
That's good. I already took a bite. Here's the real truth of it for anybody that wants to know. Dallas is in town. And so we're cooking lunch.
For whom?
Because Dallas is here. And probably, if I had to guess, there was a phone call made that said, hey, when you get here, what would you like to eat?
I actually did ask him this time.
I can't say anything because my girls say the same.
And they always pick the same.
Bank says when Bay and Kate were coming, Mother always is putting on the dog and cooking up a bunch of food that she normally won't fix for me.
You know, Hannah, there are people in the United States might not know what putting on the dog means. You want to explain that?
Putting on the dog means like really doing your best and having a full spread and It doesn't necessarily pertain to cooking or entertaining it either. It could be like you're at a party and somebody's trying to get everybody's attention and they're on the dance floor, trying to draw everybody in. That'd be putting on the dog.
Okay.
Could be negative or positive.
All right. Y'all, I just had them over here in Dallas and everybody's coming to eat. And she said, "You not gonna film what you're cooking?" I said, "I ain't got time to film, but I will film." All right, y'all. Here is some cooked okra. Here is the cooking okra. And here is what I have not done yet. There are the chicken nuggets, and yes, they are not. Let me hold it up again a little bit more. They are not, they're breast that I cut up. That's hot. Here's a big pot of butter beans. Here is our corn on the cob. Our slaw that I made today.
Let me tell them hey.
And here's our mixed fruit. And there's Babe.
Hi.
Come here, William, and you get on the other side of me. You got on black. Y'all look good today. Dallas said, "Don't film me." I'll get Hannah giving him some sugar.
Let's call it.
Okay. All right. If you will look up here on top of the refrigerator and pick out.
Wait, this is not my good side.
Mama, this is not something I won't record it. We're talking private.
We're having
Oh,
a
okay.
private conversation.
You have to give him a sugar and I'll turn it off. Do what she said?
She kissed me on the cheek.
No, did she
me
kiss
on
you on the cheek?
Yeah, kiss
I
me on-
have a fever.